Hello and welcome friends to the very first session. Yes, we had yesterday one session, but this is the first session because that was a warm-up session. So friends, this session is all about mastering fractions, decimals and percentage. And as we know, it's a part of Gmat quantitative reasoning. Key concepts and strategies. This is by me, that is Rajiv. My name is Rajiv. So friends, we move ahead to the topic. So why this topic is being tested? Okay. So I just take out my pen. Yeah. So this topic frequently tested in GMAT question, and why GMAT is giving you questions based on this topic is because in real life or your managerial life, you will be required to churn out lot many data, say profit, which is based on profit percentage or the growth percentage in profit from year on year. So it will be all based on percentages. So that's why GMAT also gives a lot many question or emphasis on this topic. Essential problem solving and DI questions are based on this. Your speed and accuracy will depend on mastering this basic. Throughout the session, your speed and accuracy will increase if you will master this session. See friends, more generally people start, when they start preparation, they start with number system. But number system, we will go later on. We'll give emphasis to that topic also. But right now, we'll go to this topic straight away. So understanding the basics. Fraction represents part of a whole. So we'll understand what fraction is, what decimal is, and what percentage is. Just we'll do the recap of our school knowledge. Okay. So fraction. If you remember, we will draw a circle. This circle represents a pizza. Okay, and we are cutting it to 8 parts. Okay, so this portion is how much of this total pizza. So this portion is one part of the total 8 parts. So it is 1/8, or this is the fraction. So fraction is represents the part of a whole. 1/2, 1/8. These are fractions. Decimals is like this, 0.5. This is nothing but decimal point here, 0.75. So friends, we can express it like this, 0.5. So this is as we know, we are seeing here the decimal point. So this is zero, like this, 0.6 etc. So number with points or the decimal points. We'll see about it in the three subsequent slides. And just briefly, I give you an idea. Suppose we say 0.75. If we have to convert it in fraction, we will have to just put like this. Number of digits after points are 2. So 2 zeros and a 1. Fine. We'll see it in the slide also. Just I'm giving you an idea. Okay. Now percentage. A fraction out of 100. So percent is 100. So 50% represents 50 by 100. 75% represents 75 by 100. Suppose you got 300 out of total 500 marks in an examination. What was your percentage? You straight away you multiply this with 100. 300 by 500 into 100 you will get 60%. Okay. So this is the symbol of percentage. We all are just recapping. We are again doing the recap thing of the knowledge of the school what we have read. Okay. Now we go to the next slide. This is very important. If you ask me what we are going to learn in this particular session is conversion from fraction to decimal, decimal to percentage, and percentage to fraction. I mean to say fraction, decimal, and percentage are interconvertible. Means the one can be converted to the other. Now we see fraction to decimal, how we convert, divide numerator by denominator. What is the numerator here? Suppose we take this 3 by 4, numerator is 3, and you just need to divide it with the denominator. Denominator is 4. Okay. So after division, you will put, see, we'll put a 0 like this, we get 3. Then we put a decimal point here. So we get 37, 28. And after subtracting, we get 2. Since there is a decimal point, we get 20. So it becomes 0.75. Fine. So this is the way we convert this fraction to decimal. Just divide the numerator. Here the numerator was 3 with the denominator. Fine. You can practice as many questions which will make you feel comfortable in this. Now decimal to percentage, as we have discussed that these are convertible, interconvertible. So decimal to percentage, what we have to do, multiply by 100. Example is here. This is the decimal 0.75. You need to convert it to percentage. Just multiply by 100. So it becomes 75%. Okay. Now 0.25 to say percentage. Just multiply by 100. You get 25%. So we have seen that they are interconvertible. Okay. Now percentage to fraction. This is very important. See why I am saying you that you will see in the table in the subsequent slide why this is very important. 75% right over 100 means 75% is nothing but 75. You just write over 100 means divide it by 100. What you get after simplification, you get 3 by 5. Fine. So these we have seen one questions and we have seen the basics of conversions. Now I will just put a stop over here. You pause my video. You may take a photograph of this particular table and I tell you there can be further more fractions, decimal and percentage. But these are very few important and today morning I have asked one question. This was based from this table only. Okay. So we'll discuss it. Now you see what this table denotes. Please take a photograph of this table. This table represent the fraction, the decimal equivalent and 50%. So I'll just explain you. Suppose I ask you 50% of, I'll take my pen. Yeah, it's 50% of 20. What is 50% of 20? As a child also, what you will do, you will just divide it by 2. Okay, why? Because you know 1 by 2, 50% of 20 is nothing but 1 by 2 of 20. That amounts to 1 by 2 multiplied by 20. These all calculation you are doing as a child mentally and you come up with an answer 10. Fine. So see, even as a child you were using this interconversion of fraction, the percentage to decimal, percentage to fractions. So now you see 1/4 or 25% represents 1/4. Okay. Similarly, what I asked you today, this question was based on this. So I asked 12.5 percentage of 96 and I asked you not to use your pen. So now you can do because you know 12.5% is 1 by 8 of that number. So it becomes 1 by 8 of 96. That gives you an answer 12. Okay. But when we are not knowing then that this conversion of percentage to fraction, we will have to use our pen and paper. So our speed decreases, our accuracy may go for a hitting. So you need to remember this table. That's why again I have put this table for emphasis. Now I'm not stopping over here. We have explained the table. We may proceed further. Gmat tricks and shortcuts. Memorize key fractions for faster calculation. As we have seen it in the table previously, memorize them. Okay, memorize this fraction and their percentage equivalent. Use approximation. Sometimes you may not get the exact value. You may get the approximate value. I can take an example of this. Okay, we suppose we have to find 33 1 by 3% of say 167. This 33 1 by 3% can be written as 33.33% of 167. They are one and the same because we have to get the approximate value. Now you just go to the table. 33.33 is this one. Okay. And what is the fractional equivalent? It is 1 by 3. Now we go to our question, which is in the next. So 33 1 by 3% of 167. Sorry. 33 1 by 3% of 167 or 33.33% of 167. You have to just multiply it with, mentally you can do with 167. as you know that the multiplication of or the divisibility rule of 3 says that the number when added up should give you a multiple of 3. So if you add this 167, you get 6 plus 1, 7 plus 7, that is 14. So it is not completely divisible. What you get instead is 5, 52 point something. 52 point, say you get 2, like this. Okay, so you may not get the direct answer, but you may approximate it to 50. Fine. So sometimes you have to use the approximation. And as you can see, the conversion of percentage to fraction has made your work easier. Recognize the pattern in answer choices for data sufficiency. This portion I will discuss it in detail when we will be dealing the data sufficiency part. Now we will take up some of the questions. Fine. This is the question in your screen. You will try to solve it. After that, you may solve by seeing my answer. Okay, you may solve it or you may just check your solution with my answer. Fine. This can be solved with two methods. I wanted to emphasize. First, I deal with this question with algebra method. Okay, algebra. So 3 by 4 of a number is 60. What is the number? In algebra, what we take, we assume let the number be x. Fine. Now you say 3 by 4 of x is equal to 60. Given. This is given. So 3 by 4 multiplied by x is equal to 60. That employs x is equal to 60. This 4 goes on the top, 3 comes below. So you get 80 as your answer. Fine. This directly you can do without using x or algebra. You can say you will get the answer 60 divided by 3 by 4 is the answer. So it is again 8. Fine. So we can solve any question with algebra or without algebra. Whatever suits to you and you get a right solution, you may solve with that method. These are very easy or basic questions, but even in the harder question, you can use it. Now second question comes in front of you. You may try to solve it. Okay, friends. Now you check your solution with my correct answer. So as we have dealt this question earlier also, first write the numerator as the number what are all given. 375 you write. Now how many zeros below? Number of digits after points. So there are 3 digits. So you take 3 zeros and a 1. Now if you solve further, you will get this as 15. If you divide by 25, 15 by 40. Okay, further division is possible or simplification is possible. So you get divided by 5, you get 3 by. Now there is no further simplification is possible. So your answer is also here. 3 by 8 is the correct answer. Friends, we are not doing much of hard questions. We'll do it. We'll give you the hard questions also or the advanced question also. These are just some basic questions. Now the key takeaways to this session was master conversion between, you have mastered the conversion between fraction, decimal and percentages. That table you remember, you may store it. I will provide you in this our group. So friends, and apply shortcuts to save time and increase your accuracy in Gmat. So friends, I stop it over here. We'll meet in the next session. I hope you could